It's walk time. Come on.
I have an absolutely packed day today. I have 4 discovery calls and demos, which is a lot for one day. I'm going to be the guest on a cybersecurity podcast later this afternoon, so that should be pretty fun. And I have a couple internal calls to prep for a couple big demos I have later in the week. One opportunity is $500K, so we need to make sure we have our ducks in a row for that conversation that's happening tomorrow afternoon. But first, I just learned some bittersweet news. My current sales manager is moving on to a different role within our company, so he's staying at the company, but he's moving on. And when I think back across the last 3 years working under my boss, it was the best 3 years of my life. And a big part of that is because of him. So prior to joining my current company, or a week before I got this current job, I was in the worst possible spot mentally. I was depressed. I started to see a therapist for my depression. And a week later, as I mentioned, I had a conversation with my current boss for an interview opportunity in my current role. A few days after that conversation, he called me and offered me the job. And I was stunned.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Okay. I had no tech sales experience. I had very little closing experience. The closing experience I did have, I was not successful. I missed my quota 12 out of 12 months in a previous role. So I was not qualified for this opportunity. He took a chance on me. He gave me an opportunity and I ran with it and I've done well with it. But when I think about that decision that he gave me 3 years ago, it completely changed my life and it changed the trajectory of my life. I asked my dad recently, who's retiring in a couple months, hey dad, when you think about your career, who had the biggest impact on your career? Without even thinking, he talked about a former boss of his when he was working at Sprint early on in his career, who poured a lot of time and energy into my dad's development across a couple years, and it really propelled him in his career within telecom sales, and he's done extremely well. And like I said, he's getting ready to retire. And I know that when my future kid, if he were to ask me or she were to ask me 20, 30 years from now, when I'm getting ready to retire, hey, when you think about your career, who's that person that had the biggest impact on your life and your career? It's 100% going to be this guy. I could not have worked for a better human being. He cared more about me than my sales numbers, which is how it should be. He coached me up. He kept me accountable. I don't know a single person on my team that has a bad thing to say about him, which is really rare. I mean, most sales managers I've had in my career, I've absolutely hated for good reasons. And his decision to give me a chance and take a chance on me, like I said, changed the trajectory of my life. And I know if I ever get into sales leadership, which I probably won't, I don't have the patience for it, but if I ever get into sales leadership, if I could be half as good as him, I'll be a good sales manager. So if you are trying to get into tech sales, or you're in a position that I was 3 years ago where you were depressed, I'm a huge believer in good things happen to good people, and good people come into your life if you're a good person. And this person definitely came into my life at the right time. And like I said, he changed my life and I'm gonna miss him, but I'm super happy for him, and he's getting a job right now that's a killer job and he's gonna absolutely dominate it. But definitely bittersweet news. Best manager I've ever had and probably will ever have. And when you get one of those people, you want to stay with them, and hopefully at some point in the future, if he does become a manager at some other company or within my current company, he'll bring me with him. That's the goal. I don't know about you guys, but when I have like 15, 20 minutes to kill during the day, I'm always finding myself on the sales Reddit page. A lot of the stories are disappointing, scary, but for the most part, there's some really funny sales stories in here. It puts a smile on my face, makes me laugh. So it helps me get through a day like this where I'm trying to survive and I have, all these meetings going on and only 15 minutes to kill here. And always when I go on the sales Reddit page, one of the top posts is who is hiring in tech sales right now. I want to share a resource with you guys. I'm going to link it in the video description so you can check it out. It's called Who the Freaking Freak is Hiring Right Now. So Corporate Bro and Adam Schoenfield, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, put this website together. It is accurate 100% accurate companies in tech sales who are hiring at this very second. SDRs, account executives, CSMs, maybe they're hiring remotely. Maybe they're hiring in your city. I would check this out, guys. This would be one of the main resources I would use to help in my research to find the right company if I was in the market for a tech sales role. I would use this in conjunction with RepView, and I'd prospect my way to get the role. But check out the website again. It's Who the Freakin' Freak is hiring right now. Stillhiring.today. Check it out in the video description. Fourth demo of the day, I was just no-showed. The prospect ghosted me, did not show up, and did not let me know they weren't showing up. It was bound to happen. When you have 4 demos in one day, one of those 4 is probably gonna no-show you, just looking at the stats on no-show rates. It's okay. When this happens, I send over this email. Really simple. The subject line is, "Did I lose you?" All lowercase. There's nothing in the body. And I reply all to the calendar invite. I've seen this email get the highest reply rate to somebody ghosting me. Now, are the replies great? Not all the time. Some of them forgot we had a meeting. Some of them an emergency came up and we get it rescheduled. And some of them get back to me and say, "Hey Matt, we went in a different direction. This is no longer a fit," which is fine. A yes is good. A no is good. No response does not work for me. Start using this email. "Did I lose you?" All lowercase in the subject line, nothing in the body. Get reply rates if you get ghosted. All right, just hopped off the train, got back to my place. I am gonna work out and then go on a run.
Run, boy, run! Save yourself!
I wanted to show you guys this. So last Thursday, I was having a good day and I made an impulse purchase. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go on Nike.com and I'm gonna buy the most obnoxious running sneakers I could find on the website. Look at these things. Are these not the ugliest sneakers you've ever seen in your entire life? Completely obnoxious. But hey, they got good reviews. We're gonna give them the first run test drive today and see how they work out. But yeah, ugly shoes. My girlfriend even thinks they're ugly. Anyway, I'm sitting on the train on my commute home and 2 nurses hop in on the train. They sit right behind me. They're having a conversation. They both just finished up a 12-hour shift. And during that 12-hour shift, a few of their patients passed away. It takes hearing conversations like that to put things into perspective when we work in sales, when we work in tech sales and sales in general. We kind of work in this bubble where we think that everybody's day looks the same and everybody's making a lot of money, which that's not the case whatsoever. It's funny to me that nurses, teachers, firefighters, cops, people who have really important jobs make far less money than someone like me who's selling software licenses. I don't think anyone's gonna die. I don't think anything bad's gonna happen if I don't sell my software licenses to XYZ company. I think the world is gonna continue on, and it really just, again, puts things into perspective. There's people out there who have really difficult jobs, who work much harder than me, have longer hours than me, can't take a break like I do throughout my day. If I'm working from home, on my lunch break, I can watch Netflix. My sister's a nurse. She doesn't have a lunch break. Her break is 5 minutes, but she could find 5 minutes during her 12-hour shift. So I think a lot of people in sales, me in particular, we lose track of reality. It takes conversations like that, 2 people to sit behind you in the train to kind of whip you into shape and bring you back to reality. So just wanted to deliver that message as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Gonna go on this run with these new sneaks. I'll let you know how they go. If you think they're ugly, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you, I appreciate you. Would you be opposed to subscribing? Thanks a lot, guys, appreciate it.